wife,
Good morning
children,
good evening to
parents.
everybody. Welcome to the class. And the class is in progress now. I am recording now. Now you can read that what I posted on the screen so that it could be known to me that you are with me and I am with you. Yes, now you can read. Yeah, it is gone. Okay, no matter. I will put it again. Yes, now you can read that what I posted on the screen.
Maintenance of wife, children, parents, and others under Muslim law. Dr. Professor Muhammad Sahib Hussain.
Yes, these are all the people. Oh, this is the maintenance. It is not the maintenance that would want to make it out. I want to show some other thing. Yes, let me cut out this thing then, because the OH that I have to show you, OH. What is the OH? That thing that we have to show to you. Yes, this thing that I want to show to you. Yeah, now you read the OH. Now you can read the what is OH.
Sir, compiled by Professor Dr. M.S. Hussain, OAS, what is a OAS policy? According to the Indian Marine Insurance Act 1963, a OAS policy is a type of marine insurance policy that provides coverage for losses due to unforeseen risks to cargo during a specific voyage. It is also OAS as marine cargo insurance.
Yes, voyage means when the goods are sent on water by sail, then we can say it is a voyage policy. So, according to the Indian Marine Insurance Act 1963, a voyage policy is a type of marine insurance policy that provides coverage for the losses due to the unforeseen risk to the cargo. Here, the material is cargo during a specific voyage. A specific voyage means it's starting from the point of production till it reaches to the destination in other country. So it is known as a marine cargo insurance, in other words. So marine cargo insurance is said to be a voyage, one complete trip from production side till it reaches to the destination in other country. So what is a voyage policy? According to the Indian Marine Insurance Act 1963, a voyage policy is a type of marine insurance policy that provides a coverage for the losses due to unforeseen risk to cargo during the specific voyage. So in the specific voyage is there, whatever the damage caused to the cargo, that will be covered in the voyage policy. So the policy contract contains the complete details of the risk, means what are the risk factor would be there covered under it. It will be clearly mentioned in the policy, voyage policy, along with the information about the bill of lading and name of the vessel. So the particulars of the bill of lading which they loaded on the board and the name of the vessel, it is clearly mentioned in the voyage policy. A voyage policy is a different from the time policy in that it consider other aspect of marine travels. So a little difference would be there in the voyage policy and the time policy. In the time policy, there may be a specific time like 1 year. In 1 year, how many times the voyage can be undertaken. For instance, where the lengthy destination is there, then it may be say are 3 or 4 times. If the short distance would be there, there are many times voyage policy would be there. Voyage policy will be covered in the time policy. The voyage will be covered in the time policy. Then we say how voyage policy works. Then any insurance policy is designed to indemnify the insured against the risk of damage to property. You take any policy, the principle is the same. What is the principle? Anyone can unmute and give me the answer. Anyone can unmute and give me the answer. If not, you say pass on, I will give the answer. I said, if you don't know,
Sir?
you say pass on. I will give the answer. Don't waste the time.
Sir, repeat the question, sir.
What is the main principle of any policy?
Pass on, sir.
And you take any policy, Only the thing is, insured will be indemnified for the unforeseen event. I repeat, you take any
Yes, sir.
policy, only the remedy is there. What you are expecting is from the insurer is indemnify the loss which occurred because of the untoward incidents, unpredicted events. Is it clear? Is it clear? Say yes,
Yes,
or
sir.
no.
Clear, sir. Clear, sir.
Indemnified, indemnification, indemnity. To whom? Insured. For what? Loss. How occurred? Because of untoward incident, unforeseen risk. What are the risk factors are there? It will be clearly written in the policy document. What are the exclusion classes also there? It will be clearly written in the policy bond. So a voyage policy is different from a time policy in that it considers other aspect of marine travels. Now other things also will be included in the time policy, but voyage policy from the point of the loading from the factory till it reaches to the destination, it is said to be a voyage, one voyage. So here the work indemnification, the design to indemnify the insured against the risk of damages to property, the environment, or the human life in the event of the natural calamity. Somebody is speaking, please unmute, mute it. A natural calamity, natural disaster, natural catastrophe, accident, theft, etc. A voyage involves the following high stake risk. What are the high stake risks in the voyage? Number one, damage to the valuable cargo or expensive ship. Either it is the damage to the valuable cargo or the ship may be the more expensive with having the lot of other features in the ship. Number two, damage to the environment due to the leakage of oil. If the leakage of the oil is there, then damage to the environment would be there. With the leakage of the oil, what will happen? It will, because of the tides, it will be pushed to the shores. When it is pushed to the shores, then the beach becomes totally oil. When the beach becomes totally oil, nobody would go for the bathing. Nobody go for the entertainment. Nobody go for the water sports. Nobody go for the swimming. Nobody go for the joy, jumping into the water. So third is loss of life or harm to the captain and crew. So these are all the risks in the voyage. There is the loss of life or harm to the captain or a crew. I already told you that the person who is the main pillar in the crew on the ship is captain, and the other people are crew members. To safeguard against the risk of damage to cargo, that is the main aim. A voyage policy is taken before the inception of the voyage. The voyage policy will be taken before the voyage starts. That is the inception of the voyage. So it is valid for that particular voyage and ends when the cargo arrives its destination. Then voyage policy, when it starts from the inception, when they made it, from the goods which is loaded from the factory place, either by road or the rails or by the air, then reach it to the harbor. From harbor, it is loaded into the ship. From the ship, in the voyage, it sails, it reach its destination. When it is once reaches to the destination, the cargo, then the voyage policy is over. No more. So it does not cover the port stay and loading and unloading cargo. If once it reaches to the port, particular port, it is enough. The voyage is over. It does not cover the port stay. Suppose the policy don't cover when it reaches to the destination, when the ship stayed over there, when the goods are moved over there, or loading or unloading of the cargo. No. The voyage, when reached to the destination of the harbor itself, it is by ends. That is the policy. It will not be waited till the cargo will be downloaded, loading or unloading on the harbor in the destination. So the policy contract contains the complete details of the risk. So the OH policy, it is contain the complete detail of the risk, what are the risks would be involved over there, what would be covered, what would be the exclusion clauses, along with the information about the bill of lading. It is like an invoice, name of the vessel, etc. As a OH policy protects only to the cargo in transit, not the ship. Please note the point. OH policy will cover only the cargo and not to the ship till it reaches to its destination in the port. Not even unloading of the cargo, if anything is damaged, that will not be covered under the OH policy. It is mostly taken by cargo owners involved in international trade. Then who will take the OH policy? It is only those people, those who are the owner of the cargo, when their cargo is sent from one country to another country, in other words, international traders. The OH policy will be bought by them. So that is the thing. So can anyone unmute and read what risks are covered, which I highlighted here?
What risks are covered? A OAS policy covers only unforeseeable and unpreventable risks. At the beginning of the OAS, the ship must be seaworthy for that transit of for the policy to uphold.
Yes. Now in this one, what are the risks are covered? A OH policy covers only unforeseeable, unpreventable risk, which cannot be foreseen, which cannot be preventable. Such risk will be covered under the OH policy. At the beginning of the OH, means in the starting of the OH, the ship must be seaworthy. What is meant by seaworthy? Anyone? What is meant by seaworthy? Can you explain? Throw light on it.
Pass on, sir.
Seaworthy
Pass on, sir.
means, seaworthy means the ship should be capable of sailing on the water. Even for the a bit turbulent waves also, it could withstand the waves force. That is called seaworthy. Like when you are keeping your vehicle, either two-wheeler or the four-wheeler, on the road, you will see the vehicle should be roadworthy. Means capable of driving or moving on the road. That is the meaning of seaworthy, capable of sailing the ship on the water, roadworthy, capable of riding or moving or driving on the road. For the transit, for the policy to uphold. So the ship also worthy enough. In case, suppose the ship will take, for instance, you take 100 quintals only. I am giving the example. 100 quintals only it can carry or it will sail. If you keep 150 on it, what will happen? Is it a tough question which I asked you? The ship only carry, think that 100 quintals. But if you load 150 quintal, what will happen to the ship? Yes? If you don't know, say, please say pass on. Don't waste the time.
Sir, your sound is not came, sir, till now.
I am using the microphone in such a way, the sound is carrying well. I don't know what will happen to the other people.
Just now, sir, just
Sir,
only 1-2 minutes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 3 minutes, about 3 minutes, it is not possible, sir. It's not came, sir.
See, again I ask the question. The question is, the ship capacity to carry 100 quintals. If you load on the ship 150 quintals, what will happen to the ship? That is my question. Is it audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Then you give me the answer. If you don't know the answer, I told you already.
Sir, ship is not carry the 150 quintals, sir.
The
That is
ship will
so much.
sink. The ship will
Yes, sir.
sink. The ship will sink. Repeat.
The ship will sink.
100 కిలోలు మోసే మనిషికి 200 కిలోలు వానికి ఇస్తే ఏమవుతాడండి వాడు? పాపడవుతాడు అక్కడ. పాపడ్ అంటే తెలుసు కదా, అప్పడం.
Apad-
So seaworthy means whether it can capable to sail with that much load or not. Number one, if that much load, then the motor will drag it or move it. That's why we say the ship or the cargo, the weight of the cargo and the ship, it should be both compatible would be there, and the ship should be seaworthy to carry that much load. So that is the point which I want to expect from you. Okay, what risks are covered in the voyage policy? A voyage policy covers only unforeseeable and unpreventable risk, which cannot foresee it, which cannot be prevented by the human efforts. At the beginning of the voyage, the ship must be seaworthy, as I told you earlier, for the transit, for the policy to uphold. It is considered seaworthy if it is fit to encounter the ordinary perils. If the turbulent water would be there, if the force of the water would be there, ordinary, it should be in a resistance. The sea should be in a resistance to face the perils of the sea in the transit. In addition, the ship crew must be reasonably competent. Even the crew, which they are driving, we are operating the ship to move, they should be know the skill of the knowledge. If the waves are there, how to move it, we should go. The winds are there, how to make it out. If any other untoward incident is going to be occurred over there, how to save the ship, they should be incapable of it. It means the crew must be reasonably competent enough to operate the ship. The policy covers the cargo during the whole voyage by sea, even if there are delays en route. In case there is a reasonable delays happened, then even that also covered in the voyage policy. The reason is I told you, from the loading point, from the factory till it reaches to the harbor, of the destination place, then the voyage policy will be covered, even though a reasonable delay will happen over there. Sometimes when the waves are more and turbulent waves are more over there, the ship will be stand still for a while till the waves will be normalized. So it is feasible to extend it to the include extra cover against the perils, like there may be possibility would be there in the policy. If you keep on rider, a premium would be a bit increased, and if the feasible extent is to include extra cover against perils like strike, it is a man-made, riots, it is a man-made, and civil commotions, it is also sometimes man-made. Even such a man-made also will be covered over there in the voyage policy. Then what is the voyage policy versus time policy? Because voyage policy is a little bit different from the time policy. In the time policy, there is a year or time will be given yearly. Let us see that there are two types of the marine policies. One is the voyage policy. That means a time policy is valid for a specific period, generally a year, in case of the time policy. But it is a contract lays down the precise minute when the cover comes into the effect and when it terminates. In the time-bound policy, the everything will be very much clearly, minutely written over there when it will be effective, when it will be terminates. What policy? What policy? Time policy. Well, a voyage policy ensures the cargo in transit from one place to another. A time policy ensures it for a definite period. Now you tell me the distinction between the voyage policy and time policy, please. Yes? Even the screen is, I am showing the screen also. The screen would be there. I am sharing the screen also. Now you tell me, what is the difference? The first one, you will find it in a voyage policy and time policy. is an easy method. You can say pass on. I will give the answer. భక్తులారా ఉన్నారా అండి లేరా? Are you hearing me or not?
No, we are
భక్తులారా,
hearing, sir. Only, sir.
అప్పుడప్పుడు వింటారా ఉంటారా? భక్తులారా ఉన్నారా? ఉన్నాం సార్ అనాల.
కాదు సార్. సార్ జస్ట్ దీని బిఫోర్ పోయింది సార్. ఇది ఆడియో పోయింది సార్.
Yes, maybe there will be little fluctuation would be there. At least by seeing the first point, you can make it out. What is the difference between the OH policy and time policy?
OAS policy is in a specific period, sir. Time policy is in a particular time, sir. That protects the cargo.
OH policy is from the place of manufacturing, the goods reaches to its destination. On the sea, it is a OH policy. Time policy is time bound. A definite time, a definite period. That is the distinction. A OH policy suits those business or traders who rarely requires marine insurance policies, who export relatively small amount of the cargo by sea. So small amount of the cargo by sea, if any person is regularly sending the cargo, then he will take the OH policy. When it comes to the time policy, on the other hand, a major export houses with a high frequency of the OH prefer a time policy. If many trips are made in a year, then they will take the time policy. That protects all the cargo that they ship for a specified period. Generally, the time policy is for 1 year. In 1 year, how many times that you will make the voyage, that much times it will be covered over there. A person who is sending the goods every year, every time, every day, every week, then the time policy is suitable to him. Read this portion which I am highlighting now. Yes.
Suppose a
Anyone-
trader insured their cargo through a time policy. Due to personal reasons, the captain of the ship arrives 2 hours late. As a result, the time covered by the policy runs out and the cover sees, even though the cargo is still on the high seas.
Yes, that is the difference. Suppose a trader insured their cargo through the time policy. Okay, time policy is there. He insured it. Okay. Due to the personal reasons, by any other reasons, the ship or the captain of the ship arrives to the destination 2 hours late, because say that time policy end by say about 8 o'clock p.m. today. That is the time policy. But because of the delay or because of the negligence or because of the captain which is not using the proper speed, then he reached the destination 10 o'clock of today. That means 2 hours late today. At that instance, as a result, the time covered by the policy runs out, because it runs out by the 8 o'clock and the goods are reached to the destination at the 10 o'clock, means 2 hours late, and the cover ceases even though the cargo is still on the high seas. The covering is almost all ends and ceases even though the cargo is still on the high seas. It is not reached to the destination. If any untoward incident happened at the time, then it will not be covered because it is a time-bound policy which lapsed by the 8 o'clock of today. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
భక్తులందరూ మరి ఏంటిది వినబడుతుందా లేదా? ఓన్లీ వన్ ఆన్సర్ ఐఎమ్ గెటింగ్, దట్ ఈస్ ద సంధ్యారాణి. వాట్ హ్యాపెన్ టు ద పీస్ సుకుమార్ and what happened to the MD Rubina Tabassum? Of course,
Yes, sir, yes,
now appearing and disappearing. There is something wrong with the Wi-Fi system or the gadget which he is using. Okay, next now which I am highlighting here, I will read and I will give the explanation for that one. For such a reason, the cargo is mostly insured on a OH basis. When the OH basis it is reached over there, then till with the high seas, reach to the destination, the cargo is insured. Coupling the benefit from the each end, marine insurance today is mostly an amalgamation of both the time and voyage insurance policy. So the best method is a wise man take mixed policy. Suppose the voyage is over, okay, policy is terminated. In case time is over, mixed policy, okay, it reaches to the destination, it will be covered over there. So in mixed policy, both will be covered over there till it reaches to the destination in the voyage policy, or time-bound policy, whichever is feasible, whichever is applicable, that can be used over there. So the people will safe side will take the mixed policy, which is the amalgamation of the both time policy and voyage policy. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What
Yes,
is
sir.
voyage deviation? Deviation means completely other route. So section 48 of the Marine Insurance Act of 1963, where the section 1 says, where a ship without lawful excuse deviate from the voyage contemplated in the policy, the insured is discharged from liability as from time of the deviation, and it is immaterial that the ship may have regained her route before any loss occurs. No. Even the loss occurs may not occur. If once is deviated over there, then automatically the policy will be cancelled, terminated. There should not be deviation would be there, because they will clearly mention in the voyage policy that if the goods are transferred, let me presume it, the goods are transferred from Hyderabad to the, say, Guntur. At that instance, there are two ways are there to reach to the Guntur, from the Hyderabad or Secunderabad. Better you say from the Secunderabad. Secunderabad to the Guntur, if the goods are transferred, let you presume it is a highway is there, means high seas are there. There are two ways are there, but in the policy clearly mentioned a particular route. Now you tell me, from the Secunderabad to Guntur, the railway, presume that it is a seaway or highway. What are the two routes to reach to the Guntur? Anyone?
Highway, sir. Highway.
రైల్ని మీరు ట్రైన్ని మీరు సి అనుకోండి కాసేపటికి. వాట్ ఆర్ ద టూ డిఫరెంట్ మోడ్స్ యూ కెన్ రీచ్ టు ద గుంటూరు ఫ్రమ్ సికింద్రాబాద్? తెలిస్తే చెప్పండి, లేకుంటే పాస్ అండి, నేనే చెప్పేస్తాను కదండి. ఎస్
Pass on, sir.
Sir, pass on, sir.
There are two ways to reach to the Guntur. Number one, via Nadikude, that is Nalagonda, you can reach to the Guntur. Via Hazipet, Varangal, you can reach to the Guntur. There are two ways are there. One way is via Hazipet, Varangal, then Mehbad, Dornakal, Khammam, Madira, then you can reach to the Vijayawada, from Vijayawada to the Guntur. But another way is via Nadikude. One can reach to the, means from the Nalgonda, which will not come to the Hazipet. If it is clearly mentioned in the policy via Hazipet, but if the sea will goes via Nadikude, Nalgonda, it is a deviation. Even though it reaches to the Guntur. If any deviation would be there, if anything will be happened over there, then the contract will be terminated. Which voyage policy? That's what I want to convey to you. Where a course of the voyage is specifically designated by the policy, that course is departed from, where the course of the voyage is not specifically designed by the policy, but the usual customary course is departed from. మామూలుగా మీరు ఖమ్మం రైల్వే స్టేషన్ నుండి టూ టౌన్ పోలీస్ స్టేషన్కి రావడానికి which route that you will adapt? Is it a tough question?
By auto, sir.
Pass on.
ఖమ్మం
By
రైల్వే
auto, sir.
స్టేషన్కి ఖమ్మం రైల్వే స్టేషన్ నుండి మీరు టూ టౌన్ పోలీస్ స్టేషన్ ఎక్కడ ఉందండి? అది వైరా రోడ్, ఇల్లెందురు రోడ్ క్రాస్ రోడ్ మీద ఉన్నది. Generally, what do? Directly you can come to the municipality. From there you can take the left turn. చౌరస్తా వస్తుంది బస్ స్టాండ్ దగ్గర, ఏది పాత బస్ స్టాండ్ దగ్గర. అక్కడి నుండి డైరెక్ట్గా ముందుగా వచ్చేస్తే జెడ్పీ ముందటి నుండి కలెక్టర్ ఆఫీస్ ముందటి నుండి టూ టౌన్ పోలీస్ స్టేషన్కి వస్తాను. ఇజ్ ఇట్ ఓకే?
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
ఇది జనరల్లీ చేస్తారు. కానీ అవతలి ప్లాట్ఫామ్లో దిగినారు అనుకోండి, అవతల ఏది గూడ్స్ లోడింగ్ అయితే ఉంటుంది చూడండి, ఏది ఉమెన్స్ కాలేజ్ ఉన్నది చూడండి, అక్కడ ఉమెన్స్ కాలేజ్ ముందటికి వెళ్ళి మళ్ళీ వచ్చి డిమార్ట్ దగ్గర నుండి ఫ్లైఓవర్ ఎక్కి ఎవరైనా వస్తారా అండి?
No, sir.
Suppose if you get down in that outer station also, you will use the flyover and come to the platform number 1. Even though you get down at the platform number 3, you will climb over the flyover, then you will come to the platform number 1 and use the path. But no person could use that such a long way. That's what I want to say. Is it clear?
Yes, sir. Clear, sir.
Yes, sir.
That means there should not be any deviation when it is clearly mentioned. Suppose if it is not mentioned, can you say that a person will go from the platform number 1 to the platform number 3 and there he takes the auto or any other thing and go to the D-Mart. From the D-Mart he will climb over the flyover, and from flyover he will come to the old bus stand. From old bus stand he will come to the Vaira road? Answer no. No man with the same mind could do so. No man with the same mind could do so. So that is called a deviation. Where the course of a way is not specifically designed, then man you use the common sense, customary course. The intention to deviate the immaterial, there must be a deviation in fact of the discharge, the insurer from the liability under the contract. Whether you have the intention, you don't have the intention, we don't mind it. But if there is a deviation, it is enough. That is what I want to say. So what are the permitted grounds for the deviation in overage for ships? Okay, what is the permissible deviation? A small deviation can be excused, but not the large deviation. Like deviation may include any unjustified delay, such as a remaining at the authorized port larger than the necessary, acting beyond the agreed scope of the overage. For example, if a ship makes an authorized call at a port but stays on trade or break bulk, this action may amount to a deviation. A deviation means unnecessarily you can deviate it. That also amount to deviation. Suppose a orange మరి ప్లాట్ఫామ్ దగ్గర ఏమి చేస్తారండి? whenever the train comes on the platform, when the signal would be given, which signal would be there? Where the train moves?
Orange, sir.
Orange
Green.
signal is there, not green signal. With the directly not
No, sir.
stopping the train, direct main line, the green signal will be given. That means the train will not stop in the particular station. A orange signal will be given over there. That means please move and see whether the signal is given for the other station or not. Suppose a green signal is given, means you can directly straight over there and you can reach to the another station without looking it. So generally
No stop station.
junctions they will give the orange signal. So that is the point which is permissible, which is not permissible. In case if the orange signal is also given over there, even the train is not moved, when the guard also given the green signal and everything is there, if the technical fault would be there, okay, it is over. If the negligence on the part of the driver would be there, then it is amount to a delay. It is amount to the deviation. So what is a cross overage? A cross overage, in general, the carriage of cargo from one country to another, neither of it is a domicile of the seller or buyer of the cargo. That is called cross overage. Neither the buyer would be from the domicile of a particular country, nor seller would be the particular country. Then that overage is said to be the cross overage. Did you get my point?
Yes, sir.
Carriage of cargo from one country to another country, neither of which is a domicile of the seller nor the buyer. Buyer కూడా domicile కాదు, ఏది from the starting point. Seller కూడా domicile కాదు, because they are domicile in the some other country. So that is called the cross overage. So what is the type of the insurance cover the risk of sea overage? Answer is marine cargo insurance covers the sea overage because it's for the cargo. So marine cargo insurance is the type of insurance policy that covers the loss of the damages caused to the marine cargo during the transit. The protection offered to the cargo owner along with the cover to the cargo for any loss damage caused due to the delay in the voyage or ship or accident unloading. So generally they will take the marine cargo insurance where even the time insurance policy comes and the voyage policy comes over there. Policy are different, but the insurance is one. Did you get my point?
Yes, sir.
So now let us come to the one case study. We will see it. Can you read the case study?
Case study, consider XY Limited, a computer hardware manufacturer in India that recently ventured into the export of monitors and motherboards. Last month, it received a huge order from an MNC in Singapore to safeguard the equipment against the risk in transit. XY Limited purchased a voyage policy.
Yes. Here,
Halfway
in
through
this, yes.
transit.
Let me explain. Here,
Okay, sir. Thank you.
here, XY Limited company is there, which will produce the hardware manufactured in India, and they made an export the monitors and motherboards. So last month, what did they do? It received a huge order from the MNC in Singapore. What is MNC?
Multinational company, sir.
A multinational company in Singapore, they ordered a very huge order from the India regarding the monitors and motherboards. To safeguard the equipment against the risk of transit, XY Limited Company, which is the manufacturing of the hardware and manufacturers in India and the motherboards, they purchased the voyage policy. Then who is the purchaser of the voyage policy? XY Limited. For what? The goods. What goods? Monitors and motherboards. Where they are sending to the Singapore, which is the multinational company. Is it clear?
Yes, sir. Clear, sir.
Okay. Now, half through the way means half of the voyage. Half through the way means half of the voyage they made it. The vessel ante ship ikkada. Kapati ship annaru, vessel antaru generally. The vessel found itself in the middle of a strong typhoon. A typhoon was there in the middle of the sea, then it is stranded. Though the equipment was careful, when the typhoon is there, it sprinkles the water to that much extent height. Even the goods on the deck or some other place, when it is not covered completely, when it is not properly covered over there or packed over there, that got wetted. Though the equipment was carefully packaged, the part of it got damaged because of the typhoon, because of the waves, because of the water. The packing is not proper, the motherboards damaged, and the monitors also damaged. When the vessel reached the Singapore port, the buyer refused to accept 60% of the consignment because 40% of the consignment were damaged, and he accepted only 60%, which are not damaged because of the typhoon, because of the wind, because of the water, because of the not packing properly the what? Monitors and motherboards. So he rejected it. Now, XY Limited claimed the indemnification from the insurance company because it is a voyage policy. And the sea storms was a insured perils in the policy contract. Sea storms, hurricanes, typhoons, it is a part of the peril policy in the contract, that is a voyage contract. The insurance company covered the loss of revenue. Here, the loss was incurred during the particular voyage. In the voyage policy, in the particular voyage, before reach to the MNC of the Singapore, the destination, in the middle of it, the goods were damaged. Goods were damaged because of the typhoon. Before the ship was able to reach its destination, the goods are damaged. So hence, XY Limited claim was a valid claim. Generally, whenever you sending such electronic goods, they will pack in a systematic manner. But still, if anything goes wrong over there, that will be covered by the insurance company under the policy of under the policy of
Policy holder.
OH policy అండి. Under the OH policy. OH policy
OH
comes under which insurance? Cargo marine insurance. Cargo marine insurance.
Yes, sir.
Because it's only one transit. Only one transit, one voyage only. Suppose every month, every week, every day, if one ship goes to the Singapore, then which type of the policy he has to purchase? Yes? Which is the best policy to purchase? Many transactions are there. Many voyages are there. I read it. The best policy is amalgamated policy of both amalgamated anna nenu both policy of the time policy and ఇవాళ భక్తులు కొంచెం నాట్ అప్ టు ద మార్క్ టుడే. ఐ డోంట్ నో వాట్ వాజ్ ద రీజన్. మనం చదివినాం అమాల్గమేటెడ్ పాలసీ ఆఫ్ బోత్ టైమ్ పాలసీ అండ్ OH policy. OH policy covers the destination only up to the harbor. Time policy will cover till it reaches its destination. So amalgamated policy is the best policy to buy it when the goods are sending every day, every week, every month. Better you purchase that. భక్తులారా వింటున్నారా లేదా?
Yes, sir.
ఏంటిది మరి? ఏది తీసుకోవాలా? ఏ పాలసీ తీసుకోవాలా? సార్ మీరు ఏది చెప్తే అది.
Amalgamation policy, sir.
Amalgamated policy, that is nothing but amalgamation of the time policy and
Voyage policy.
Voyage policy.
OH policy. ఇవాళ భక్తులు ఎందుకో కొంచెం టైర్డ్ అయినట్టున్నది. 15 minutes లేట్ అయ్యే వరకు. ఆర్ ద డిస్టర్బెన్స్ ఇన్ మై స్పీకింగ్ ఆర్ ద వాయిస్
Voice is very low, sir. Voice is very, very low.
See, I am using the high microphone. I will
Yes,
show you
sir.
what is high microphone. I will show you. Is it visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Where it is, what is in my hand? It is the high microphone which I purchased it, which I can keep it the collar. But instead of keeping the collar, what I am doing?
Screen is very clear, sir.
Hmm?
Video is very clear.
I am holding in my left hand 3 fingers. Could you see it or you could not see it? Now you tell me. Could you see it or you could not see it?
Yes, sir. See, sir.
I am holding with the 3 fingers. That is the thumb. See.
Yes, sir. Okay, okay.
4-finger
Catch it, sir.
and middle finger.
Yes, sir.
And that to be in front of my mouth.
Yes, sir.
And
Thank you.
And this is the set, total set.
Yes, sir.
Here, this is the total set. And this is the earphone. This is the microphone, and this is the earphone, and this is the battery where you have it, the battery. And the company is Boya. B-O-Y-A. Boya. Sometimes now when the frequency is less, that's the reason that I will stop my video, then I will give you it, because most of the things goes to the video. There's the reason that I will stop it, the video, then it will use only the audio. So that was the thing. Then I say stop it, the video. Then automatically it will stop. Yes, now it is stopped over there. Now I can speak it. So with this, I would like to today wind up today voyage thing with this one. And when you come tomorrow, yes, what is there in the tomorrow, I would like to show it to you in the tomorrow. Actually, this I would like to share you. This is the, what is this? What is
North
this?
Stream, sir.
Hmm?
North Stream, sir.
Not clear. Eh?
Not clear, sir. Video is not clear, sir.
Yeah. But anyway, that the Wi-Fi facility are there. Because of that thing, we can see a person is holding the two hands and covering the ship. So this is the symbol of voyage policy. Did I share it or not? I think I have not shared. Let me check it, whether I shared it or not. Okay. Channel is over, I believe. Yeah, the time is up. No, time is there still, but I have not shared it. That is only the point. Not time is up. Still time is there. Still time is there. It is disappeared somewhere. Yeah, marine insurance, it is there. Law of insurance, yes. TQ, yes, TQ is there. And TN, not TQ. TN. Thumb. Yes. Yes, now you can see it. Could you see it now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, because
sir.
at the time. Yes, now you tell me two palms are there. What is
Two
it?
hands between ships, sir.
There is a ship. So it is give the symbol of
Right.
what? Voyage policy symbol. It is a voyage
Yes,
policy
sir.
symbol, or in other words, cargo, marine cargo insurance. See, still it reaches to a destination. It is single. That is a thumbnail that I want to show you in the beginning, but directly I went to the voyage. Then it made it. So with this, I would like to stop my today class, and tomorrow we will see the sea perils. We will see the sea perils. What are the sea perils?